Good day to our lecturer, Dr. Liu. Today we would like to present our research proposal about the impact of exchange rate movement towards tourism demand in Malaysia. Exchange rate can be classified as one of the important variables while determining the tourism demand. Appreciation and depreciation of exchange rate will affect the decision of tourists from the origin country. Thus, exchange rates are important to people who like to travel to foreign countries. On the other hand, tourism has become one of the most important sectors in the world. Tourism sector is one of the key components in driving the economic growth of a country. Not only that, tourism industry has helped in providing more jobs opportunity and to generate income for countries. Therefore, in order to increase the tourism growth, the number of tourist arrivals are important. The higher the number of tourist arrivals, the higher the growth of tourism. Tourism sector had contributed 14.9% to the GDP of Malaysia, which is a total of 161 million ringgit in Malaysia national account. Besides, tourism sector had ranked the 6th largest component that contributes to Malaysia economy. According to United Nations World Tourism Organization, Malaysia had been ranked one of the top 10 most visited countries in 2010. Therefore, Malaysia should focus more on tourism sector as it could help Malaysia to generate income instead of only depending on the oil revenue. On the other hand, tourism sector also lowers the unemployment rate in Malaysia. In 2010, there are approximately 13.1% of the workforce had been employed in the tourism sector in Malaysia. Thus, the tourism sector had not only contributed to the economic growth, but also lowers the unemployment rate in Malaysia.
Next is our problem statement of study. In recent years, Malaysia faced currency depreciation problem. High value of currency in destination country will lead to rise in travel costs of the tourists from the origin country. Therefore, the relationship between tourist arrival and real effective exchange rate index are expected to negatively correlated. Based on the graph, the overall trend of relationship between tourist arrival and real effective exchange rate index is positively related from 1997 to 2015. Thus, there is a gap between the expected one and the fact. The general objective of this study is to determine whether exchange rate movement and tourism demand in Malaysia is correlated. There are two specific objectives of this study, which are to determine the short-run and long-run relationship between exchange rate movement and tourism demand in Malaysia.
In this study, the functional model that used is tourism demand equal to function of income, real effective exchange rate, tourism price, and substitute tourism price. Income is expected to have a positive relationship with the tourism demand, as higher income of Indonesians will have a higher purchasing power and therefore encourage more Indonesians to travel to Malaysia. On the other hand, real effective exchange rate index is expected to have the negative relationship with the tourism demand, where decrease in real effective exchange rate means that Malaysian ringgit is depreciated. It implies that travel to Malaysia is cheaper than before and costs more Indonesians to visit Malaysia. In addition, tourism demand is expected to respond negatively towards tourism price, in which higher tourism price discourage Indonesians to visit to Malaysia. Lastly, there is no expectation for the substitute tourism price. Next, the data that used in this study is 30 years time series data with spanning from 1987 to 2016. All the data used are obtained from CIC database and the World Bank. Specifically, tourist arrival and real GDP of Indonesia are used as proxy for tourism demand and income of Indonesia. Furthermore, real effective exchange rate index is used because it excludes factor of inflation. In addition, tourism price is measured by relative price, which is the ratio of consumer price index of Malaysia to the consumer price index of Indonesia. Meanwhile, substitute tourism price is measured by using substitute relative price with the formula of consumer price index from alternative Malaysia divided by the consumer price index of Indonesia.
So first of all, we will use the PP unit root test to test the data stationarity. So the reason why we use the unit root test is we want to make sure the data is stationary. If the data is not stationary, then this can be proved that the standard assumption of asymptotic analysis will not be valid. However, the advantage of the PP root test is PP root test no need specify the lag length, and this can avoid the misspecific problem compared to the ADF unit root test. And the second advantage is it robust to heteroscedastic, unlike the ADF test, which implicitly assume heteroscedastic error term. However, he have one disadvantage is it less powerful compared to the ADF unit root test. Next, we will use the ARDL model to estimate the long run and short run relationship. By using the ARDL model, we are able to achieve our objective, which is to estimate the relationship between the tourism and the exchange rate in short run and long run. First, we will estimate the long run relationship by using the specific ARDL model. After that, we will reparameterizing the considered variable into the error correct model ECM to obtain the short run relationship. The ARDL have two advantages. One, it less endogenetic problem because it is free of resident correlation. And second, it can investigate the long run and short run relationship at the same time. Lastly, we will use the Granger causality test to estimate the causality relationship among the variables. The reason why we use the causality test is because correlation do not imply causality, and there are always the possibility of exiting the inner common factor. The causality relation will disappear when the previous inner common factor. However, Granger causality test have one limitation, which Granger causality is not necessarily similar to the true causality. By using the Granger causality test, we can have a better understanding on the relationship between the tourism demand and the exchange rate movement, which this is suit to our research objective.